In the heart of America, from the bustling streets of New York to the quiet towns of the Midwest, 12 people made a decision that would change their lives forever. They all came from different walks of life, different towns, different dreams. But they had one thing in common. They believed that changing their race through surgery would bring them the acceptance, success, or peace they thought was missing in their lives. This is not a tale of vanity. It's a story of identity, pressure, and pain, and most of all, regret. But what followed that regret was resilience, and ultimately, redemption. Among them was Derek Simmons, a 29-year-old African-American man from Atlanta. Growing up, Derek was told he was too black to be accepted in corporate America. After years of rejection and watching less qualified peers climb the ladder, he made a drastic decision: full racial reassignment surgery to appear Caucasian. Then there was Emily Chang, born to first-generation Chinese immigrants in San Francisco. Tired of stereotypes, cultural expectations, and being overlooked, she underwent surgery to resemble a Latina woman, believing it would help her fit into social circles where she felt invisible. One by one, each of the 12 made their decision convinced that their natural identity was the barrier to their happiness. With the rise of underground surgical networks and unregulated clinics, it was a decision they could actually act on. At first, things seemed to change. Derek got job offers. Emily made friends easily. A former Native American artist named Leo Whitefeather saw his work finally getting attention after appearing as a white man. But it didn't last. The acceptance they craved came at the cost of authenticity. Their families felt betrayed. Their communities rejected them. And worst of all, they began to reject themselves. Derek spoke in a 2023 interview. "I looked in the mirror and didn't know who I was anymore. I got the job, but I lost my soul." One of the 12, Jordan Harris, who transitioned from black to white, fell into depression. He admitted he didn't feel safer, just more isolated. "I thought whiteness was a shield. Turns out, it's just another mask I didn't know how to wear." Several suffered health complications. Others endured emotional breakdowns. They began to speak to each other first through anonymous forums, then group video calls. A community of regret formed. But in that space of pain, something extraordinary began. They shared stories. They shared shame. And most of all, they shared the desire to make things right. Derek led the charge. He launched a podcast called True Color, where each of the 12 would speak candidly about their experience, not to be judged, but to educate. The podcast went viral. Millions tuned in. What started as a personal healing project became a national movement. Schools began inviting them to speak about race, identity, and self-worth. Emily became a best-selling author. Jordan, once broken, became a mental health advocate for others struggling with identity trauma. They no longer needed to change who they were to feel valued. They changed how the world saw authenticity. Today, the 12 are no longer running from their reflections. They're standing tall, scarred, but proud, using their voices to help others accept who they are before society convinces them otherwise. And Derek? He's back in Atlanta. Same skin, same name, a new spirit. "I thought changing my race would give me power, but it was reclaiming my true self that gave me peace." This is not a story about surgery. It's a story about resilience. about truth, about the power of loving who you are and showing others they can too. Because sometimes success doesn't come from becoming someone else. It comes from having the courage to be yourself.